Leader of the opposition NDP, the Honorable Anim Eustace, has again chided the government for their mismanagement of the economy. Speaking on the New Times program yesterday, Eustace stated that this present administration seems obsessed with gaining political advantage for the next general election and nothing else, as they're doing everything they possibly can in relation to the election, but not what they should be in the best interest of the country. Mr. Eustace reminded the government that it is their job to manage the economy in a profitable manner, whilst at the same time holding the best interests of the Vincentian public on a whole at heart, and stop assuming that the Vincentian population does not pay careful attention to the state of the economy. The government of SVG has recalled with immediate effect Mr. Edson Augustus from his post as Deputy Consul General of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines in New York, USA. On Wednesday, February 5, 2014, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of SVG received reports which suggested that Mr. Augustus, while posted in his capacity in New York, was involved in activities outside the scope of his employment and inimical to the interest of the Consulate General and the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Her Excellency Mrs. Victoria Dean, the new British High Commissioner to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, arrived in the state of SVG yesterday to present her letter of introduction to Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves. Dean is also making courtesy calls to various state officials, inclusive of the Governor-General, Sir Frederick Ballantyne, Leader of the Opposition, the Honorable Anim Eustace, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Camilo Gonsalves. SVG stands to benefit significantly from taking part in the recently concluded CARICOM conference, which was based on parliamentary oversight and the role of public accounts committees. This is according to Senator Luke Brown, who participated in the conference, which was held at the Trinidad Hilton Hotel. He noted that the ideas coming out of this conference would impact the way business is conducted in the countries which make up CARICOM. Brown added that it would also ensure that there is greater accountability and transparency at the governmental level. He added that we will have the opportunity of learning from the experience of countries in the region who have established best practices, and also countries outside the region that have models which we can emulate and adapt to our Caribbean context. An EPA consultation began here in SVG yesterday, with discussions taking place on how best this country can capitalize on the EU-funded arrangement. Speaking on behalf of the EPA Implementation Unit, Alison Francis said the conference will focus on how SVG plans to fit in with the EPA implementation process. Francis noted that trade arrangements such as the EPA most benefits the private sector, although the government will benefit indirectly to some extent. She added that private sector outreach is needed to draw this sector in, so there's a more holistic approach to the development of SVG. The EPA consultation is being held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs conference room. We bring you more local stories after this.